Welcome to a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. The Cleveland Metropolitan School District recently held a ribbon cutting for the newly renamed Stephanie Tubbs Jones School, and Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb was in attendance and spoke on the legacy of the late Congresswoman. TV20 reporter Alex Victerna has more.
There's a lot that I'll remember from the late Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones. This big, bold smile that could light up any room she walked in. But the biggest thing I remember is her loyalty. She was loyal to her district, and she was loyal to the city of Cleveland. That's her legacy. For the young people that are here today, know that you stand on the shoulders of giants. And as your mayor, I'm counting on you, and the city of Cleveland is counting on you to live up to the legacy of Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones. Let's keep fighting for justice. Thank you so much.
Members of the Cleveland City Council were also in attendance, such as Council President Blaine Griffin, who spoke on the lessons and experience the Honorable Stephanie Jones taught to him.
Back in the early 2000s, Stephanie Tubbs Jones adopted me. I'm serious. She actually took a lot of us under her wing, and what she did is she taught us the ethics and moral values of what it took to be a public servant. She had an electrical smile that could light up a room, as Mayor Bibb just said, but she also always knew where she came from and never would forget it. She would always be able to connect the boardroom and the streets and be the master translator of the causes that were important to people every day, but make sure that she also went to the halls of Washington to advocate for those same people who she know that she came from. She was educated, she was book smart, but she was also street smart. We're going to show young black men and women in this city what excellence looked like by naming this school after Stephanie Tubbs Jones.
The school was originally named after Patrick Henry, a former slave owner. Councilman Kevin Conwell looks forward to students being able to attend a school of someone they can relate and look up to.
I love the children that's in my community a great deal. And then young girls will be able to see and able to write about someone that looks just like their mother. And when they look at Stephanie, they see their mother. And then they could dream to be a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer or a scientist or a councilman or architect or whatever the case may be. You can't see that with Patrick Henry. Why you have my people in bondage? He had my people in slavery. But you can see that with Stephanie Tubbs Jones, someone that looked just like their mother.
I had a chance to speak with the principal of Stephanie Tubbs Jones, Natalie Smith Benson, who only had deep words of praise for the Conwells for acting as a driving force behind the name change.
If it wasn't for Councilman Conwell and his wife, we would not be standing here at this moment. He has been very supportive from the beginning, trying to get the school name changed. He was successful, and we appreciate that. It is an excellent experience for not only me, but for my scholars, for them to be able to come to a school named after someone who was a trailblazer and a pioneer, not only in her community, but in her state and nationwide.
The event wrapped with the ribbon cutting, marking a new era for the students of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. For TV20, this is Alex Victerna.
You can watch the ribbon cutting in its entirety right here on TV20 or on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. Well, I'm excited to say that Cleveland will be the host of the 2024 Pan American Masters Games on July 12th to the 21st. The event will bring together more than 7,500 athletes from more than 50 countries and thousands more spectators from around the world for up to 30 medal contending sport competitions across Northeast Ohio. Mayor Justin Bibb spoke at the press conference and expressed how sporting events can bring people together, as well as his excitement for the city to be on a global stage.
The power of sport can bring people together, but how the power of sport can showcase the greatness of our city, not just across the nation, but around the world. And so to have Cleveland, a land on the rise, host this event, the first city in America to host this event, truly is a fantastic accomplishment for all of us, but I also think it speaks to the great work that Dave has done and the board has done at the Sports Commission. So as mayor, I want us to just give them another round of applause for all the work they've done to move our community forward. I also want to say that as I've traveled across the country to pitch folks about the work we're doing in Cleveland, there was so much excitement about Cleveland. There's so much excitement about the Midwest, and I think this event will go a long way to build on that value proposition long term. And John, I'm also an athlete, recovering athlete, I might say. I can still ball a little bit, but I might need to pick a ball soon, because it might be an event that's going to be here when we host this important event. So I guess I should start practicing. So again, thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to hosting this amazing event. And congratulations to all who made this possible. Thank you so much.
The 2024 Pan American Masters Games is expected to be the largest international gathering in Cleveland's history, with an estimated $18 million in direct spending into the local economy. For more information about the event, to participate as an athlete, volunteer, or be a spectator, visit clevelandmasters2024.com. The Cleveland Coast Guard recently dedicated one of their facilities in honor of the first African-American woman to join and serve in the Coast Guard.
If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Dr. Hooker was a giant, and her legacy will continue to cause ripples far out into the future. And therefore, I can think of no more individual deserving to have her name enshrined on this building, a building focused on saving lives, safety and security of our people and our environment, and the American dream.
August 26th marked the unveiling of the newly named Dr. Olivia Hooker Building, whose namesake served as the first African-American woman in the United States Coast Guard. Growing up during the Tulsa race riots and experiencing racism throughout much of her young adult life, Olivia Hooker still rose to the call of duty during the Second World War.
Dr. Hooker was proud, even all the trauma she went through as a child. She was proud to serve her country. She loved her country, and it shows. And I'm glad her country is loving her back with dedications such as these. Her legacy will continue. And I'm very proud of her. She loved the Coast Guard so much. This is a great honor, and I feel it deep inside. It's a great honor. She loved her country.
After the ceremony, I spoke with Janice Porter, one of the godchildren of Dr. Hooker. She only had fond memories to share and feels so proud to see her godmother's legacy will continue to live on.
But she was so busy helping us. She enrolled my brother and me into Manus College of Music. She wanted us to learn music. She took us to concerts. She just mentored us, gave us culture. I grew up in public housing, and she would come, and it was always a special occasion to have Auntique, that's what we called her, Auntique, to come and visit, and we made a big deal of her all the time. But she was a family member to us. She was like, my mother had 5 sisters, and Olivia Hooker was the 6th one.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
And TV20 would like to thank all our members of our armed forces for their continued dedication. We'll be back right after this. You're watching TV20 News.
The City of Cleveland's recycling program has relaunched, and I'd like to share a few recycling do's and don'ts. All materials should be mixed, loose, and unbagged in blue carts. No plastic bags or plastic films in your blue carts. These are not acceptable materials. Bottles, jugs, and cans should be emptied and lightly rinsed. Labels do not need to be removed. Ignore the recycling symbol and numbers on items. Only items listed as accepted materials should be placed in blue carts. And lastly, when in doubt, throw it out. If you're not sure if something is recyclable, place it in the black trash bin to avoid contaminating recyclables with non-acceptable items. Anything not listed as an acceptable item should not be placed in the blue recycling cart. For more information and quick tips, visit sustainablecleveland.org.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The City of Cleveland came together to celebrate its diversity with the 2022 One World Day Festival. Mayor Justin Bibb was in attendance, speaking on the importance of diversity for not only our city, but our nation as a whole.
Just take a moment, pause and reflect and look around this theater here this afternoon of the beauty of diversity we have right here today. This is an embodiment of Dr. King's dream right here. As the mayor of this great city, we want to continue to fight for diversity, continue to fight for inclusion, and make sure we can show the world what inclusion looks like, not just in Ohio, but across the nation. So again, thank you so much. Enjoy the last week of summer. Hope to see you soon again. God bless you all.
With more than 30 unique gardens lining Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, the Cleveland Cultural Gardens continues to be the perfect home for the 76th annual One World Day celebration. The event started with the naturalization ceremony, where prospective residents of Cleveland are sworn in as full citizens of the United States in front of their family, friends, and countrymen. Following was the parade of flags taking place on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, with special attention given to Cleveland's Ukrainian community. This year's parade included some first-time appearances, including the Argentinian and Filipino community, along with groups not yet represented in the gardens such as the Haitian and Peruvian community. One World Day can be summarized by the motto of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens: peace through mutual understanding. Stay tuned to TV20 for our full coverage of this year's Parade of Flags. Well, TV20 reporter Alex Picterna took a walk with some older adults of Cleveland for the 10th and final senior walk of the summer. And Cleveland Department of Aging Director Mary McNamara was there to encourage participants to continue the movement momentum.
So it's really good to be here for the 10th walk. I hope this just continues your exercise commitment and journey. I hope you've made a friend here. I hope that every Wednesday you might meet up with a couple of people you met here and go walking somewhere, right? That's really our hope. This is great for 10 weeks, but we would love this to keep going for 52 weeks in your own communities. So walking is one of the most efficient ways that you can exercise and reduce fall risks. So we want to keep that going.
I had a chance to speak with Mary McNamara, who is thankful that great weather and good participation were a part of this summer's senior walks.
Well, first, we've had great weather, right? So that always makes walking a little easier, and the parks have been beautiful. We've explored some new rec center parks, some old favorites, like even walking around the West Side Market. We've had folks who've come to all 10 walks, and that always is a good sign to me that it's a good event.
But Director McNamara couldn't do it alone and thanked all of the many organizations who joined for every senior walk for the benefit of the participants.
These events don't happen just because of the Department of Aging. Just so grateful for the Division of Park Maintenance, right? And making sure the park looks great, having EMS here to do health screenings, and then police have come every week. They're grilling out today, but for every week they've been given safety messages, some that I've taken to heart too, about just making sure that when I leave the house, I've got my cell phone in my pocket if I've got one. If I need to make a call or see something that's unsafe, I've got it in case I fall. Walking with a buddy, it's always better, always safer, always more fun, and even more so, walk with a couple buddies.
Among the walkers were members of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District and the Cleveland Division of Police.
So we're here today and every senior walk this season to make sure that they understand and are knowledgeable about our cost savings program. We offer the Homestead Rate program, where our seniors that are 65 and older, they can save 40% on both their water and sewer bills for 3 years.
So honestly, I came here to assist my officers with cooking and engaging. I actually walked 2 miles. I didn't expect to do that, but I did it, and I'm still here, and I'm okay. So I'm glad that I did it, and although this is my first walk, I plan on it, I don't plan on it being my first and only walk. I plan on doing it again next year.
The event wrapped with a cookout, courtesy of Cleveland police officers, along with prizes being given away to those who attended enough walks throughout the summer. For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Don't forget the Cleveland Department of Aging Senior Day is on Thursday, September 15th. Registration is no longer required, but you're encouraged to do so in case of event delays. You can register at clevelandohio.gov/Senior Day for registration. Finally, the Baseball Heritage Museum at Cleveland's historic League Park was home to the old-timers Sandlot Baseball League reunion.
There were players without a team during the depths of World War II who came together to form a new recreation league known as Sandlot Baseball.
And that grew. We looked at expanding the concept beyond Negro League Baseball, and we look at the multicultural aspects of the game. We look at Negro League Baseball, Latin baseball. We look at professional baseball, youth baseball, and Sandlot Baseball. We believe Sandlot Baseball is vital to the growth, not just of the game of baseball, but to our communities.
Touted as the golden age of Cleveland baseball, the Sandlot Baseball League of Cleveland took off during the 40s, bringing in top talent from across the city and professional leagues. Now, nearly 80 years later, the former players of the league are reuniting, honoring America's favorite pastime.
It's just awesome to all of us. It lets us know that, you know what, we played at a time when Sandlot Baseball was big, and it really was. So much so that all the games of Sandlot in Class A, the results were posted in the Cleveland Plain Dealer and in the Cleveland Press after every game, the box scores. So we're very proud of what the Cleveland Sandlot program has done for baseball in the city of Cleveland and for the game itself. And we're very grateful to the museum for giving us this venue to celebrate those great years and what Sandlot Baseball meant to all of us.
The reunion was also used as a time to honor some of the people who were pivotal in the success of the Sandlot League.
The first plaque we gave out was in honor of Ray Schmatzer, who was an icon, a legend in Cleveland Sandlot Baseball for over 40 years, coaching, playing himself, and dedicating his life to serving the youth of the city of Cleveland. The other gentleman was John S. Nagy, 40-year recreation commissioner for the city of Cleveland. And this man was the key force in Sandlot Baseball in Cleveland.
Reunions are slated to be held yearly on the last Saturday of August. For TV20, this is Alex Picturna.
For more information or to make a donation to the Baseball Heritage Museum at League Park, you can visit baseballheritagemuseum.org/donation. Well, TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch our numerous programs. Coming up next, learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of September 4th. There'll be no school and all facilities will be closed on Monday for Labor Day, a day set aside in honor of all our hardworking men and women. September is Attendance Awareness Month. CMSD and the Cleveland Browns Foundation and the Stay in the Game Network have teamed up to reduce chronic absenteeism. With a rise in chronic absenteeism during the pandemic, the district is relaunching its Get to School, You Can Make It attendance campaign with a pep rally scheduled for 11 a.m. on Wednesday at East Professional Center. You can follow online with a link shown on your screen. Also on Wednesday, CMSD and the community will celebrate the renaming of the former Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy in honor of the late Natividad Pagan. The celebration will begin at 1 at the school located at 3145 West 46th Street. Natividad Pagan International Newcomers Academy is one of 3 schools that have been renamed through a process the Board of Education initiated in 2021. Pagan was an administrator who ran CMSD's multilingual, multicultural program. She was also a principal at Joseph N. Gallagher School and at Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy. Last week, the district celebrated the renaming of the former Patrick Henry School in honor of the late Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones. This is video of the event last week. On Saturday, Max Hayes High School will hold a car show and motorcycle and car wash fundraiser from 10 to 2 at the school located at 2211 West 65th Street. If you want to wash, it will be $20 per vehicle. The funds raised will go toward student activities. Looking ahead, open houses will be on September 14th for most high schools and September 15th through pre-K and K-8 schools. Students whose schools are holding open houses will be dismissed early. Open houses will run from 6 to 8 p.m. each day. CEO Eric Gordon will deliver the annual State of the Schools address on Wednesday, September 21st at the Renaissance Cleveland Hotel. To order tickets, go to cityclub.org/forums. Stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a great and productive week.